Welcome to the video. This is the Beating the Market YouTube channel. I'm Scott Welsh, and we get together at the beginning of each month to talk about trading strategies. Heck, we might even talk about beating the market since that's the title. This is the best free information on the internet, according to me. And this week we start, well, actually this month, we're starting a little series called Clickbait. Now, there are certain hot topics out there that you can just put on a screen and you can manufacture hollow clicks. This is one of them. In fact, this is one of the most popular topics I get via email and everything else. People love to talk about this subject. So I thought, let's take a few videos and talk about these hot button topics. And that's what we're doing on this one. Disclaimer, I'm going to talk about some figures, some facts, even though they're tested facts, though. They are hypothetical facts. Yes, I tried to be accurate with all of my research for you, but no, these aren't from live trades. You're not risking any money you cannot afford to lose, and past performance does not indicate future results. This has nothing to do with what we're talking about. I'm just in a very dark, sad place with tennis right now, and I just needed to see this. Moving on. As I mentioned, I get more emails about prop trading in general than for anything else. I get so many emails. And frankly, I'm a little worried about this, okay? And the reason why is that desperation is not a trading strategy, okay? Being desperate doesn't give you the right to be risky and reckless and to make decisions that might harm you further. And I worry that people get themselves into a bad situation and then look for the special secret surprise that will save their financial lives. And I'm worried that people think prop trading is it. Why? Because money for nothing is so attractive. And that's what prop trading feels like it is, right? They give you their money, you trade on it, and then they give you a portion of the profits. And in some cases, they give you a huge portion of the profits. I mean, that seems like we just can't lose. And when you're desperate, just can't lose makes you feel like I have to. And I'm worried, very, very worried about this. Okay? So let's talk about what exactly this topic means and what it means to be a prop trader. Well, there's a lot of strangulation, okay? And what do I mean by that? Well, there are very stringent requirements for FTMO, which is a very, very popular prop trading firm. I have elite members of my own that have used FTMO and have loved it a lot. To me, it's the best one I've seen out there. And yet, there are still problems. What are the problems? 5% daily strangulation limit, meaning 5% drawdown limit. If you go down 5% on the account with the money they give you, or you're trying to pass a challenge, if you go down 5.01%, you're gone. Account closed, end of trading. Anything you had is now gone. That's rough, right? It's rough when you're trying to pass a challenge. And it's rough if you've already passed the challenge, because if you've already qualified and you go down 5.00001, you're done. You have to start all over again, unless the rules have changed, which I don't think they have. Also, there's a 10% monthly drawdown. If you go about 10.01, you are done. And this goes on forever, which bothers me a little bit, right? Now, I totally get it. If you're a prop firm, you don't want crazy people hitting crazy buttons with crazy leverage, right? Of course. But if we're a team, prop firm and I, why are we putting such rules on it, right? Why not just vet the process and forget those limits? I know that would take a long time, and maybe it's not a good business model. I know. Criticize me. It's fine. But I don't like it. It doesn't sit well with me. Want to know a big reason why it doesn't sit well with me? Because a long time ago, when my elite members, one of my members was passing, I took a challenge and failed. Thank you. So I'm bitter and petty. No. But I was taking a challenge and I got stopped out of this particular challenge. Oh, lost money. No, it's fine. But that exact same account, trading the exact same strategy, was up like 7% in a month in real life. And yet it stopped me out of a challenge that I was in. Huh. Are you telling me I have a trading system that can make 7% in a month, which is extraordinary, and that's actually a loser and will cost me money? Really bothers me. Can you tell? Maybe it doesn't bother you, though. Now, to pass, enough with the negativity. To pass, we need 10% in 1 month. 10%! They're asking a regular person to be 120% per year trader. That's like saying, yeah, go win 3 rounds at Wimbledon, and then we'll talk, right? I mean, what? What do you mean? 120%, they act like, yeah, that's typical. Really? I mean, am I taking crazy pills here? Am I? Because I think that's extraordinary. Anyway, you have to make 10% a month. I mean, people have done it, so quit whining about it, me. And then you're not done. You do something amazing, you still have to do more. You have to get at least 5% more the next month. So in 30 days, you have to get 10, and then you have 30 more days to get 5 more. 15% in a month and a half or a month and plus. I mean, that's a lot. If you're desperate and now you have to make 15% in a month and a half or 2 months, whoo, it's a lot, right? But here's the thing I do not like, and I get business models. I understand. But we have to pay to play. You would think if it's a true win-win, prop firm would say, listen, I'm looking for good traders, and we'll split the profits. But with FTMO, and I assume others, I haven't done a bunch of others, we have to pay up to $1,000 to play. And if you fail, if you don't make the outrageously high 10% in a month, I know people have done it, but it's still outrageous. If you don't make 10% in a month, then nothing happens. They might extend you another month for free, but then you still got to make to that 15% level. And if you stop out, meaning you break 5% daily or 10% monthly, that $1,000 US goes right down the toilet. Okay, you don't get it back. You may, that's it. You're done. $1,000 wasted because of a drawdown requirement that's actually pretty tight. Because if you're trying to get 10% in a month, it's not that hard to lose 10% in a month. See what I'm saying? And what happens if you fail 6 months in a row and you go for the big account? Now we're over $6 grand and we've gotten nothing. And let's say we do 6 months and we paid over $6 grand and we qualify. Finally. Well, we don't pay. If you qualify, you don't pay the 1,000, but you still paid 6 or 5, whatever. And then the very, very first month, you hit the drawdown limit. You go down 5.01% in a day, and now you're done, and I have to start all over. And what if that takes 4 more months? So I've spent $10,000 and I've gotten nowhere. That pay to play is rough. I don't like it when it could be money saved in a savings account. It could be money put in an index fund, or best yet, it could be money put in a real trading account. Now you have a $6,000 trading account that could be making money with no drawdown requirements. You see, this stuff can add up, and it seems a little bit predatory to say, give me $6,000 and I don't care if you win or lose. Right? A true win-win makes me feel like it wouldn't be that way. Am I just pie in the sky? Yeah, maybe. Right? Maybe I should do my own prop firm and do it right. Anyway, I don't particularly love it, but I'm interested in it. Why? Because you're interested in it. And why else? Because if you can get through all this stuff, it can be a win-win. Okay, so enough negativity. How might it work? How could we possibly do such a thing? Well, the best way not to worry about these drawdown restrictions, these strangulations, the best way is just to win, right? You're not going to hit a drawdown limit if you win. So to do something like this, it seems to me that we should use a high percentage robot. A high percentage strategy, a strategy that doesn't go for long wins, which kind of takes trend following out of the equation, which sucks because I'm on record and the research shows that trend following is the best and longest researched strategy in the world ever. Trend following is the best way to make money ever. That's facts. That's not opinion. Okay. Go back 1,200 years of trend following research. What else goes back 1,200 years? Okay. And the best trading strategy on paper in the world, we cannot use. At least it'd be really hard to use. So anyway, how high of winning percentage would we have to use or want to go for? Maybe 60%, 70, 80 would be fantastic too. Maybe small wins and just kind of scalp our way to 10% in a month. Maybe if the leverage is high enough. But let's say we're going for over 60%. Fine. And when we take a full stop out, right? And this is all automated. I'm not doing any discretionary, right? This is all automated. If we take a full stop out, we can't bust out, right? We can't hit the drawdown limits. So we have to have a full stop out that's not too bad, and we have to have a high win percentage, at least to give ourselves the best chance. There are a lot of ways to pass. I'm just trying to talk you through it. Me too. And probably won't be able to trade just one chart, which isn't a problem. It's not my favorite, but we probably have to trade more than one thing. Now, here are some advantages. I've said some negatives. Let's talk about some positives. If we're going to use more than one chart, FTMO in particular is very helpful. In the US, we can't trade the pound yen on two charts in the same account. I repeat, you can't trade the same instrument in the same account more than once. FIFO rules, first in, first out rules, prohibit it or make it all squirrely and doesn't work. Okay? My broker has specifically told me I can't do it. Okay? I've been told. I've been scolded. But in FTMO, they are outside of the US. Oh. So we can trade the same pair in the same account. All we'd have to do is use a different magic number, which is just an input on an automated strategy. You put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the other one you put in 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, whatever. If you use different numbers outside the US, they will separate those orders, which is awesome. This is a massive, massive advantage. I would have a lot more money if I traded outside the US, for sure. I'm sad about that every day. And spreads. In the challenges that I've tried and the trial that I've tried with FTMO, personally, spreads are awesome, better than the US. So the trading in FTMO is incredible. I wish I could trade like that all the time. And as it says on the screen, I told you I did not pass a challenge, but I did pass the trial. So whoopee for me. Now, all my bad mouthing, I do talk about FTMO trading. In fact, I did talk about it on October 31st, and it wasn't a Halloween trick. This is my free newsletter. Sign up for it. What are you waiting for? It's free. This was from 1031. That's just a picture. And I talked about how we might beat the FTMO challenge. And specifically in that post, I said this. I used the Heron robot, H-E-R-O-N, Heron robot. Why? Because the win percentage is good. It's about 65%. And the losers are reasonable. We're not going to get killed, right? Even a full stop out should be okay for the most part. And most losses are well within the limit, okay? I got to use 4 different charts in this particular test, this research. Again, hypothetical. I used 4 different charts, 2 for the pound yen and 2 for the euro yen. Those seem to work very well with the Heron at the moment, right? I created the Heron with pound dollar. These two, especially in the last several years, have done better than the pound dollar. So I was wrong. Or you could still trade the pound dollar. How did my little experiment do? Well, here are the annual returns if I put those 4 charts together in one account. That's all right, right? Every year's a winner in testing, in theory, hypothetical. 2015, that's not great. I don't know how I would have done with FTMO then. 2012, not great. But otherwise, some really nice years in 2010, 2013, even 2016. Heck, 19, 20, 21, all great. So theoretically, it seems like we could pass. And if we get one of these big years, forget about it. We definitely would pass, hypothetically. All right, but specifically, let's look at the monthly returns because that's what we care about. We need 10% in a month, right? So I did this on a fake, hypothetical $10,000 account. I'm saying it's slow. To get 10%, I need $1,000. 10% of 10,000 is 1,000. You with me? So we need $1,000 of hypothetical money. Okay, you ready? This is 2021, trading all four, one full lot each time. You can see that January would have passed at least the first part. It made over 1,000. February made over 2,800. So that passed. That passed everything, right? We need 1,500 to be done. We need 10% at least to try again the following month. This one would have passed. That's more than 1,500. This one would have been positive, which means you get a free try the next month, and then we would have passed. Lost money here. We lost our pay-to-play money. Everything's terrible, and we fail. Same thing here. Failure, nothing to say about that. And to that 2021 August, passed both. 9 September was positive, and then October would have passed both easily. So would we be a verified FTMO trader in fake hypothetical land? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different times it would have passed. In, what are we, only in 10 months? Pretty good, right? Wouldn't have passed every time, would have failed. But that combination of robots, if they perform the way they say they would, I guess it's passable, right? It's crazy. Well, let's do another year. I went back to 2020. Actually, I did this for a bunch of years. And surprisingly, many years were good. But let's take a look at 2020, right? Trading one lot. This one would have passed both. January, we're doing great. And if we would have started in February, though, that is a big loss and not great, right? We even went down 10% for the month. All right, so that's not good. We would have to, gasp again, watch it. When we got to 999 or 990, we'd have to cut this off. And we just have to say, okay, we're done, right? And that stinks. Same thing here. If we started a challenge, we would have lost our money and had to start again. If we then did it the following month, we would have lost our money and would have done it again. If we started here, we would have had to watch very closely not to lose it all. We would have gotten 0 checks, assuming we weren't kicked out. Would have gotten 0 profit checks if we would have passed here, right? We would have had to watch carefully and no money. So we've spent 3 months, we still haven't made a dime. That's a problem, right? Especially if you're desperate. If you're not desperate, though, it's no problem, okay? If we would have started in April, definitely would have passed the first one and then would have passed both. May and June were massively up, right? Those are perfect. That makes probably both. I think that's over 15, but it definitely made it the next month. This month would have done, this month would have done, this month would have done. This one was positive, so we got to play again, and then we would have failed. So how many positive passes? 1, 2 probably. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and close. 7.5 out of 12. Failure, failure, failure. This one is a push. Nothing would have happened. So 3 failures and a bunch of winners. So this particular combination does what? Does it look good? What do you think? Nothing's going to pass every time. At least nothing that I've seen. Maybe there are other ways, and I'm just not smart enough to know them. But this is all automated. You don't do anything except watch your drawdown limit. That's it. All trades are taken automated. All right, so what's the bottom line? The problem with all this, I mean, to me, it looks pretty good. This is actually enticing me to want to try again. Okay, I think it looks good. But the problem with the Heron is execution. It goes for small wins, and it also uses an indicator. So the indicator would have to trigger just as the testing would, right? And sometimes indicators have different readings on different platforms. So there's a chance, what am I trying to say, that you wouldn't get the same trades. Would that throw off the testing? Of course. Would it throw it off a lot? Probably not. And if you're going for like a 10 pip winner and the spreads widen and the tester says you had a profit but you didn't get it in real life, then that testing is a little bit off. If there's trades taken and the spreads are too wide, period, you may not get them in one. You may get them in another. So the problem with the Heron is that we don't know how close real life will be. With a trend following strategy, real life and testing are almost the same, if not better in real life. Heron, it's not always better in real life, and we'd have to watch it closely, right? We'd have to make sure that we're getting the trades we're supposed to get. That's the downside. The upside is it's got a high win percentage and it's fully automated. We can just let it go, okay? Also, we don't know the precarious daily results, right? We only have a 5% daily limit. These monthly returns do not show us that. Okay, we don't know. Maybe during one of these months we would have gone down 5%. I don't know. So it might be worse than what we are looking at, or it might be the same. I just don't have that information in those charts. That would be hard to get. And I didn't give you free settings on this. I apologize for that. Heron is a part of the elite membership, and that does cost money, and people have spent their hard-earned money on it. So I didn't give it away for free. But I absolutely could do this exercise with some free settings if you're super interested in it. Okay? But as I said, it looks promising, and I might be tempted. And here's a plug. I had a new book come out. It's called The Legend of Purple Valley. It's the most amazing trading story I've ever heard. It also talks about losing and how perseverance can conquer the fear of losing. And it also gives away a few free trading systems. It's a short read. I'm proud of it. You can go to Amazon, look up Legend of Purple Valley, and go buy it. And hopefully you like it. All right, that's all for this month. Happy as always to have comments or emails, and I'll be back again next month to talk to you more. Bye for now.